Leading with Unpredictability, featuring Chris Eckert as guest by Ella Eckert. So, my interviewee was Chris Eckert. He is the president and co owner of Eckert's Country Store and Farms. A well known place is Belleville, Illinois, which is about 30 minutes from St. Louis. He is the seventh generation Eckert, and he's been leading agriculture and entertainment, including Pick Your Own. And Pick Your Own is a place in which customers are able to go out to the field and pick their own fruits and veggies, such as apples, pumpkins, etc. Chris Eckert started to be introduced to agriculture when he was just a small kid. When he was young, he started playing with toy tractors and loved to go running off to the Pick Your Own farm where his parents worked. Later, he became playing with toy tractors to running the business. Chris Eckert, so his responsibilities are he has to manage seasonal variations, unpredictable weather, he thinks long-term operations and day-to-day operations of the business, and he is responsible of also guiding his team to success, which we'll go on to a little bit later. With Chris's leadership and as president, he has added many things to the Eckert's business. Some include some modern agricultural practices and also expanded farms to Grafton, Illinois, Millstadt, Illinois, and Versailles, Kentucky. His key concepts that he said in the interview was that for the Eckert's Country Store and Farms to run smoothly, he must reduce expenses while catering to customers' needs and must invest and work tirelessly to extend fruits and veggie crops, which will increase profits. Some of these include the strawberry crops that Eckert's has added, and also the blackberry crops that have been added to the Eckert's farms. With this being a pick your own farmer, there's many unpredictable challenges within the agriculture industry. With the crops and everything, it does depend a lot on weather. Unfortunately, sometimes frozen crops will damage peaches, even cold weather. They also have to worry about the spring frost damage, droughts, and too much rain can also scare away customers, leading to less profits. For Chris, he added some sustainable farming practices, which also allowed for people to be able to pick apples closer together. It's easier to care and harvest. So with these high density apple orchards, they are spaced much closer together. It says about 2 to 3 times more bushels of apples. And also in the middle photo, as you see there, they also have this operation equipment in which that allows those who are working out in the fields to stand on there to pick any fruits in the higher up places of the trees. For his visitor safety and quality experience, Chris Eckert and the team has added many things, some of them which include wagons instead of people driving out to the fields. With the wagons, it ensures customer safety. They're allowed to ride out on the wagons and pick apples and peaches needed. Um, they also added a bridge. Thankfully, IDOT, which is Illinois Department of Transportation, allowed them to have a bike bridge slash wagon bridge to cross fields safely rather than crossing the busy roads, the busy Greenmount Road, which connects to Highway 15. Another important thing about the wagon, you can't see it in the photo, but they do also have handicap access by pulling the Eckert's logo um, wooden planks on the sides that stack up to make a little ramp for the wagons. Um, on top of that, there's many workers who will educate customers on how to pick the freshest fruit and veggies on the farm. For Chris, balancing farm management and customer service. The number one priority is going to be the guests at Pick Your Own Farms. With that, that means many things of avoiding having equipment running while the customers are picking, so it brings ease to the experience. So instead of doing it during the day, many farm practices are at night to avoid interference. And another thing is communication is key. With that, communication will allow the management staff to communicate with others about where the tractor is, where to move the people, and to make sure everyone is safe. Chris does also plan to add some future plans and innovations. Some of this includes entertainment, interactive tours, fun crowds, seasonal festivals. He does plan to add more entertainment to the agricultural business. Um, Above in the right hand, that is the cider shed. The cider shed includes some of the hard ciders, which Chris Eckert and has all the apples go to a brewery and makes hard cider with them. And they also just started making hard cider on the property. Um, Also, on top of that, they have many things like farm to table, um, which is where people will sit down and dine in which it's a special experience where they go out to the field, learn about the fruits and veggies that Eckert's is growing, and then they dine in. They come back to the table and they eat all the fresh fruits and veggies, prepared dishes. Chris Eckert's advice for aspiring pick your own farmers or farmers operators. His number one thing is that he must be passionate in farming, and there are many challenges that come with it, like said before, predictability and unpredictability, and also weather can definitely change and influence the way crops are growing. So, if you like to be in control, unfortunately, that's probably not the job for you. Um, he does talk about his love of agriculture and how, and even with the challenges faced, he does enjoy the rewards of business. Uh, what he said was also he enjoyed seeing different generations enjoy the Eckert's farm, such as grandparents, the parents, and the children of generations. Chris Eckert's advice for those in leadership in general is about community involvement is a key one, just because getting involved means they're aware and interactions with the community is great to the business. Chris Eckert's wife, Angie Eckert, is part of La Dame's Casa and the Botanical Gardens. as well as Chris is part of the Rotary Club, Memorial Hospital, and Chamber of Commerce. Again, like said previously, communication is always going to be key in leadership. You must communicate with your coworkers and talk through like what could improve, what can be done, and so on. Without communication, no one would be working as a team, and working as a team will help benefit this business and in general benefit. Don't be afraid to fail. That is probably Chris's number one thing is for as a farmer, there are going to be ups and downs, challenges, tests, runs. He talked about how he grew cherries and blueberries on the field, hoping to add more customer service. Unfortunately, that did not work out, and they had to change their ways. The Sire Shed was a big test run for it. Um, Thankfully, it was successful, which he enjoyed. Team effort goes again with communication, in which working as a team will benefit rather than working alone. But yeah, thank you.